Welcome, guys. Welcome back to We Gonna Talk About It. It's your girl, Kenyetta. Hi, my peoples. How are you doing? I hope all is well. Today is a beautiful Sunday that I'm taping this video. Guys, today our topic is going to be about, do friends keep other friends single? Do single friends keep other friends that are, say, want to be in a relationship? Do they keep them single? Guys, I am going to say I'm in between with this. The reason why I'm in between is because I do believe that single friends don't understand when their friend is wed or in a relationship or has a partner or is living with somebody. The it's different. It's a different situation, excuse me, than just basically being single. When your friends are single and you're single, you're able to do single things with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're able to go out just on a whim. You don't have to check in and tell somebody, oh honey, I'm gonna be late today, I'm not coming straight home. You don't have to do that when you single. When you single, you could just pick up and plan a trip and go with your friend. You know why? Because you're not sharing money with this other person. You know what I'm saying? Like, your finances are combined now with somebody else's finances. So that's a difference. Your money is supposed to be, your money, but when you're married or in a relationship, these two people that have chose to be in this relationship have finances together usually. Yes, it changes the dynamic of everything. I believe that. I will tell you this. um I've had friends who have been single, and when I got married, I decided that this was my choice to, just keep in contact with them cordially. When I say cordially, I mean like we were no longer doing the single things we used to do together because I can't do them anymore. I belong to someone else now, someone else belongs to me. We are a unit. If we decide that we don't want that for our marriage, then that's what we decide, and nobody has the right to choose that for us. Um, I believe, a married couple sits down, they say how they want their marriage to be. Just speaking on myself and my husband, I know that we didn't no longer want those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want it neither. Like, I'm not saying I don't mind him going out sometimes socializing with the boys. No, absolutely not. I love when he does that because I believe everybody needs to socialize with other people outside of their marriage. But you need to do that carefully. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? You have to watch other people's intentions as well. You have to know your sole intention for being there. You're there to just unwind, have a good time, have some small talk with other people. That is fine. And then you go home. Okay. I said do it carefully. Um, your friends need not think that if you were a certain way before you got married, that you're still that person. Your your ways and has changed up now. You're not only thinking for yourself, you're thinking for another person. And I think that's what people tend to forget. um Being married to somebody in a serious relationship, with your significant other, it is now, things have changed. You can't just pick up and say, oh yeah, okay girl, no problem, I'm going, yep, yep. You can't do that. You need to talk that over with your husband. Make sure that he's okay with everything, vice versa, same thing for him. He needs to, sit down with you and be like, babe, this is what it is, the guys we want. No problem. You guys discussed it. You felt like this was okay. That's not a problem. But I believe this, guys, just a scenario. This has never happened to me, but I've seen these things go on with other people. Say you're, you're best friends with somebody, a friend, whatever. And you two used to hang out back in the days. You were thicker than thieves, but now you got into a relationship, or you got married, or you moved in with your boo, and your girlfriend is still single. She's gonna still want you to be available to her, just like you were when you weren't in this situation. She wants that. Of course she does. She can want it all she wants, but it's gonna be different. It is going to be different. You're going to have to sit down and explain to her, like, I know we used to do this, we used to do that, but I'm going to have to slow it down a little bit. Let me talk it over with the other half. you know um I just can't be roaming the streets and stuff like we used to do. The whole reason for running the street, I thought before, was because you was enjoying life. You were being young, and then when you meet your fish, you supposed to slow that down, or you're doing it with him now, or you're doing it with her now. I'm not saying you cannot have friends, people. That is not what I'm saying. Because people that are still single, and that's still the other person that's still out there, they get mad when married people say these things, but it's the truth. Okay, we are not the same anymore. Our lives are completely different now. You have no one to answer to. You have no children. You have no mate. You are as free as a bird and can do whatever you want. You can take any job you want. You could move to Seattle if you want. You just could do all of those things if you want. A married woman like myself, I can't do that. If I would like to change jobs, I need to discuss that with my husband. How is it going to affect our finances? If I want to go back to school, I now need to discuss that with my husband, because it's gonna have different scenarios on our finances once again. If I'm going out and I have young children, I need to discuss that with my husband, make sure that he's okay with watching the children that evening. It is different. And if you think it's not, you're crazy. You cannot conduct the same kind of relationships with other people outside of your marriage that you had before when you were single. You can't. And I'm here to tell you that, ladies or men, it's just, you can't do it. You can't. If you can do it 100% and you're doing it, more power to you. But most people, relationships don't work that way. It just doesn't. I try to be as honest with you guys as possible, but this is just the truth what I'm saying. I'll put myself in it. For instance, me and my girlfriend Tasha, we are best friends. She knows I would never let nobody come in between us. She knows this. My husband knows whatever he doesn't like, if me and Tasha was, doing, he needs to be careful. He needs to tread lightly how he discusses things with me when it pertains to me and her relationship. He is very outspoken. She knows that. I know it. Um, he has always been a person where he trusts Tasha. Like, he trusts her 100% with our child. But us together, like, he thinks like, oh my gosh, they're gonna be doing what they used to do. That is his entitlement to feel that way. I can only be honest and say what I'm doing. We can only be honest. Now, the reason why we're not together, and we're not together, it's not that we ain't think it's thieves. We still think it's thieves, baby. But the moving with each other is different now, because she lives in a different state. I live in a different state. When my girlfriend decided to move to another state, she went for work obligations. She found a career job that has been very successful for her. Congratulations, love. Yeah, it's very successful for her. She left New York to achieve the goals that she needed to achieve for herself. And us as friends, we need to respect one another's choices. This was her choice. This didn't have anything to do with Kenyatta. I can't live Tasha's life for her. Only Tasha can live her life for her. So she did what she needed to do for her. You know, I think yes, I think I was married when she yeah, I was married when she decided to move out of state. So we have shared those experiences together. We had so many experiences together, guys, and we will build new ones. But I will tell you this, I am so excited for her because I know I see great things for her down the line. I don't want to give too much, but she knows what I'm talking about. When that day comes, I will definitely be there. It's gonna be beautiful because now it'll be four of us, um it it can be us too, absolutely. If we was in the same state, me and my girl would be at each other's house back and forth. That's just what we would do. Would it be the same like it was before? No. Like we would have to cut down. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe twice out the week she would come over, maybe once I go over there. We do each other's hair just like we usually do. Those things would all happen. You know what I'm saying? But me and her, thank God, it's wonderful when you and your friend are in the same headspace. Um, Tasha doesn't want to party no more. Neither do I. We done did that already. My girl is 50 years old and fabulous, honey. It's about life now, living, traveling, experiencing new things, being in a relationship, a committed relationship. Listen, we are older now. We did those kiddie things. And fortunately, I can tell you this, guys. If you have a single friend, a friend who is still out there, what I like to call it is in the world, and they just doing all kind of things, and you're opposite totally from them, you can still be their friend. Call them, tell them you love them, still do those things. I'm not saying get rid of your friends, but you do need to realize you and her or you and him are not going to move the same way you used to. Guys, let me check the time. Oh, we good. Yeah, you're just not going to move the same way. And people think that, because you married, that means no, you shouldn't have friends. No, you should. You need that. I believe you need friends to sustain your marriage, to make your marriage keep going. It can't just be all about you and your husband all the time or you and your wife all the time. You need to socialize with other people, like I said, carefully, okay, appropriately. Discuss it amongst you and your mate, you and your wife, you and your husband. So this way, you're not, acting inappropriately. You're not moving inappropriately where your husband thinks that you're moving like a single woman still with your single friend, and vice versa. Your wife doesn't think that you're moving with your single guy friend, and not like a married man. They like to say it takes two guys to make the marriage work. It is the truth. You need to just communicate. I'm telling you, it is easier said than done, guys. It is hard. Um, I've been with my husband since 1991. Okay, I was a young girl, and we wed in 2000. We got married in 2000, but we was together from 91 all the way up until now. There was never a breakup, get back together. There was never any of that. It was solely, we're here, we love each other, and this is what it is. I myself had to learn, my husband had to learn. We were two people that was out there, we were, partying and doing all the things young people are supposed to do. But when you stand at that altar and you repeat those words and you say, I do, it brings something totally different to the relationship. You and him now are one. and you need to move that way. If you don't move that way and you still are moving like you're single, it will not sustain the storms that are going to come. You're going to overcome many of hurdles. You're going to have to jump through many of hoops. Believe me, a marriage is not always cotton candy and circus fun. It's not. Okay? There is a lot of tomfoolery included in it. There's a lot of, just arguments, because you need to figure out what is going to work for you guys now as a married couple. Sometimes it's hard to let that other life go. But if you truly don't want to let that other life go, guys, do not rush to the altar. Don't rush. There's no rush. Who said there's a rule how long you have to be with somebody before you decide to get married? Who made this rule that you have to be engaged for 1 year, 2 years is too many? You got to go ahead and get married. There's no rules, okay? You guys make the rules for your life. Me and my husband was together in 1991. We didn't get married until 2000. We did not have our first child until 1999. Okay. We have a 26-year-old child, only one. Okay. He has none out of the marriage. I have none out of the marriage. And I think the reason why that's so is because we took so long to get to all our goals that we wanted to get to. I listened when this man told me, I'm not ready to settle down. I don't want no kids right now. You know what I'm saying? I listened to them words. Okay. He listened to me when I said, I ain't trying to, your girl is bad. I'm trying to be a baddie for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was vain back then. It was all about Kenyatta and her body and, just going out to the club and doing it. Okay. We both were doing it. Sometimes we bump into each other in the nightclub. It'd be so funny. One of us had to leave, because we was doing our thing. And that's okay. We wasn't married. We were still young. But as we got older and we knew what we wanted for our life, that's what we did. Was we successful in doing it? Yes, in some ways. No, in other ways. It took us a long time to get there. A long time, guys. It's not a 1, 2, 3 process. But certain friends cannot come with you. I'm telling you now. Certain friends cannot come with you. I have kept 2 friends in my life, seriously, that I have known from childhood, okay? 2. One I rarely speak to just because we lost contact. It wasn't nothing else but that. But Tasha is literally the only best friend I have, the only friend that I would discuss any of my personal business with, okay? So I knew that she was the one that was going to take on this journey with me, that she was going to be with me to be my son's godmother, that she was going to, be in my wedding and stand with me. You cannot take every chick. You cannot take every dude that you used to hang out with and think that they're going to be happy for you. You can't. You will learn those things along the way, guys. You will learn them for yourself. The most important thing, guys, I believe, is to sit down with your mate and see what's going to work for you guys. Okay? That's what you need to do. But remember, if you have a single friend, I'm talking single, just single as a bird, and you are in a totally different space, it is going to be hard to sustain that relationship with that friend, knowing that you're in a different and completely different whole relationship. It's going to be very hard. It is going to make Problems within your marriage, I'm telling you this now. I have been there, done that. It will make problems in your marriage. You have now said, I do, and put this person first. That means that you need to sit down and see what's going to work for you guys. This person is no longer first to you. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't think your world is going to be the same. It's not. Even when you have children, excuse me, guys, even when you have children, guys, your life is not the same. Why would you think it's going to be the same if you get married? Why? Sorry, guys. Yeah, you see it. Queen B. I'm thirsty. Sorry about that, guys. So, it just, I believe it's something that, you know, excuse me, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, serious boyfriend and girlfriend, and it's going somewhere. Um, you need to talk about these things. And guys, when I say serious boyfriend and girlfriend, I mean serious boyfriend and girlfriend. Because if you just my boyfriend, don't think you're gonna be telling me what to do, where to stand, what to wear. You ain't doing that. I need to know this union is serious. It's going somewhere. We gonna get married. Because if you not in that talks with me and we not discussing that, you need to sit down, okay? Because that means you not trying to be my number one person, okay? And if you not trying to be my number one person, you cannot tell me what friends to have and what friends not to have. I truly believe that, okay? Y'all are not married. When you get married, it's different. Like I said, if it's a serious relationship and y'all are going to that altar, if you going there, different story. And sometimes, guys, those relationships, discuss those things while you in that relationship so you don't make it to the altar and then you guys didn't discuss it. And now this is all like surprising to you. This is all new news. Nothing was new news to me when I said I do. I knew how my husband was. He knew how I was. We know what kind of people we are. So when we said I do, that meant you accept this person how they are. People are not going to just change overnight. It doesn't work like that. Okay? It doesn't. I told you, if somebody tells you that their marriage is perfect, tell them give you the recipe so you could give it to me. You could give it to 100 million other people. Marriage is not perfect. No marriage is perfect. It takes a lot of time and effort to work at it. And it has to be two people. If one is working at it and the other is not, say bye bye. It can't work like that. You are one now and you need to move like that. So, guys, this is our topic for the day. This is our topic. Okay. Can single friends mess up your married life, mess up your partnership? Do they expect you to still do single things with them? You need to ask yourself that. That friend needs to have grown up with you. Some people just never grow up, guys. And it's the truth. I am so fortunate to say me and my bestie, we grown up together. We've done our young stuff together, but we grown up together. We are so grown. I just don't know what to do with us. We so grown. We do grown up things. Okay. So, guys, think about that. Think about who you willing to let in your circle of your marriage, of your relationship. If that person does not fit in that circle, you have to decide if you're willing to let them go. Guys, it's your girl Kenyatta on We Gonna Talk About It. I love you guys so much. Please tell a friend to tell a friend that your girl Kenyatta is just a simple around the way girl who loves Jesus and loves talking about relationship, family, family issues, forgiving, grieving, having fun too. cooking, showing you guys my food, tell them. Tell them. Don't be selfish. Let them enjoy me too. All right, guys. I love you. Peace out. It's your girl Kenyatta, and you know I'm always real on this side.